Hi, it's Bob with LifeSafe Training. As a firearms instructor, I've spent a lot of time on ranges. I've seen just about every grip on the handgun you could imagine. Some of them are good, a lot of them are not so good. Lately, with the COVID-19 pandemic, there's been a lot of panic buying, a lot of people buying handguns that never had them before. So part of the purpose of this video is to give people a good idea of how they should be holding the gun. If you hold the handgun properly, you're setting yourself up for success on the range. So before we get into it, let me talk about a couple parts of the handgun that are pretty important. Obviously, this is the grip. The grip has a part called the back strap, also has a part called the front strap. That's the butt of the grip. This is an important part. It's called the beaver tail. The beaver tail is the very top of the grip, right under the slide on a semi-automatic. And what you want to do is you want to hold this gun as high under the beaver tail as you possibly can. So you want to get the web of your thumb and your index finger, what will become your trigger finger. You want to get them right up here as high as you possibly can. Let me just turn this way. So right in there, you want to hold this up nice and high. So this is an undercut under the trigger. You want to get right under that undercut with your next finger, and you want to flag your thumb up here. So that's a good grip on the gun right there with your dominant hand. Now your support hand, right? For most people they're left hand, but your support hand, you're going to come in this way, and now you're going to angle it down. You're going to angle it down. This little curve right here in your dominant hand thumb, this is pretty important because you have a similar curve right here on the pad of your thumb that's going to fit right in there nicely. So this curve is going to go right in there, and your thumbs are going to work together. Now at this point, my trigger finger and my thumb are roughly the same distance down the gun. So this gives me a really good solid grip on the gun, and it gives me a very high grip on the gun. This lets me hold the gun way up as high as I can under that beaver tail. What that's going to do, that allows me to manage recoil. So recoil is going to sometimes move the gun up and always move the gun back. We want it to move the gun back and forth much more than up and down. And that higher grip is going to allow us to manage that. So we've got our hands together, our thumb up here nice and high. When we build our grip, we bring this support hand right in here on that angle, because that is stronger than that. So we come in here at this angle. Here's what it looks like on the other side. These fingers are wrapped right around these fingers nice and high, right? So some of the things you'll see on the range won't really indicate that from other people, but this is how you want to hold the gun. And of course, when your finger's off the trigger and your sights are off the target, this is way up here, right? So this is a good grip on the gun. I have sort of medium-sized hands, and this is a full-size gun, so I can get my hands around this gun just fine. Now, if you're a lefty, like I actually am, it's just a question of reversing your hands. So you're just going to do the mirror image on the left side. You're going to hold your hands kind of like that. Now, how hard do you squeeze this grip? Your objective is to crush the back of this grip. So you want to squeeze it as hard as you can squeeze it without shaking. So on a 1 to 10, if 10 I start to shake, I want to back off to about an 8.5 or a 9. Once I back off to an 8.5 or 9, I have a really firm grip on this gun to manage recoil. So if you do that, you'll see your groups getting much tighter, and you'll see your shooting is getting much better. Now, let's talk about a 1911 because it differs a little bit from other guns in that it has an external safety and it's a single action gun. So this gun won't fire from a hammer forward position, as you should know. So with a 1911, you want to hold your thumb your strong side thumb on top of that safety. This is really important. If you're on top of that safety, I'll do this as a right-hander. If you're on top of that safety, you can't inadvertently put the safety on during recoil. And you're holding the gun up higher than you would if your thumb was underneath it. So your thumb's gonna go up on the safety. Your support hand, same thing. Angle it down, comes right in here. Don't ever worry about your thumb coming in contact with the slide. It's not gonna slow it down. That slide's moving really fast. So this is your grip on the 1911. At this point, you can get your sights on the target, take the safety off, finger on the trigger, press the trigger. Now, see those marks on my hand? They probably look a lot like that. So those marks came right from this grip. That's how tight I'm holding this gun. So again, with a 1911, thumb up nice and high on top of the safety, support hand comes right in here. It's okay to come in contact with the slide, and you're good. Last little note here for lefties, you just have to be careful of the ejection port. You don't want to block it with your thumb. That's okay. That won't really interfere with shooting if you're back here, or even if you're up here, you're all right. I just wouldn't get too close to that ejection port. Thanks for watching. Again, Bob at LifeSafe Training. You can find more information about classes on our website, lifesafetraining.com. Have a great day, and please be safe.